In this video, I'm going to do an unboxing of the HP Stream 11 laptop. Now, this is a Windows laptop that only cost $200. So let's get to it. Now, the reason that this laptop intrigued me is that it's one of the first laptops that Microsoft isn't charging the OEM, and in this case, Hewlett-Packard, HP. Microsoft isn't charging a fee for Windows on this laptop. So how is Microsoft making money in this instance? Well, they're not. Basically what they're trying to do is they're pushing for market share. Now, you would think that Windows has the largest market share on the planet for laptops, and that's true. However, Chromebooks are really starting to eat into the education market, and that worries Microsoft. Now, about 85% of Chromebooks are sold to the education market currently. So if you have a Chromebook, chances are you're a student, or at least statistically that's true. I'm not, and I have several Chromebooks. Now, to be clear here, 85% of the education market isn't made up of Chromebooks. But 85% of Chromebooks sold go to the education market. And in 2014, it's forecasted that 5.2 million Chromebooks will be sold. And that's this year, the year in which I'm filming this video. So Chromebooks aren't taking over, but it is worrying Microsoft because Chromebooks are actually perfect for school systems. And the reason for that is that you can't install programs on them, so you don't have to worry about the students doing other things than what they're asked to do. They're easy to maintain because they don't get viruses, and you can actually have a certain subset of apps available through Chromebooks that are directed at educational curriculums. So it's really a great niche for Chromebooks. Now, to my knowledge, Google does not charge any fee for Chrome OS to be on a Chromebook. So Microsoft is following suit for this sub-$300 category for certain laptops. Now, the interesting thing is that HP offers a $229 Chromebook, but they don't offer a $200 Chromebook which would compete with this device here, which is a $200 Windows laptop. Now, shipped, this device cost me $212.69. It retails for $199.99. And it comes in two colors, a blue and a purple. Now, when I open this up, you'll see that that blue is almost a neon blue. I don't want to say neon blue. It's not really. I'm not that really good with color names, but it's a very loud blue color. Likewise, the purple is almost a magenta color. Now, I do applaud HP for going out on a limb in their laptop designs because personally, I find Apple's laptop design to be very bland, and I hate when other companies follow suit. So I applaud companies like HP who have very characteristic looking laptops. So without any further ado, let's get this thing open. It's in an oversized box here, so we're going to get a box within a box situation here. So at the time of filming this video, this model is no longer available, and I think it's the more desirable model because of the color. Again, the other color is almost a magenta color. So we have a little HP flyer here. I got this direct from HP. And let's pull out the box here and get this out of the way. So here's the box, very plain looking box, and that's fine with me. I don't need a fancy box. I'm more interested in what's on the inside. So, I'm going to read the specs to you on the side here. I don't think you can see it, but this is the HP Stream Notebook PC 11, and the model number is 11-D010NR. It runs an Intel Celeron processor, model number N2840, and that's clocked at 2.16 gigahertz per core. I'm assuming it's a dual core, but we'll see once I actually fire it up. It has 2 gigs of RAM, or 248 megabytes of DDR3 SD RAM. It has a 32 gigabyte drive on it, an eMMC drive. It's running Windows 8.1 with Bing, and I guess that's what the HP Stream is all about. They're trying to emphasize the cloud on this. And I do believe you get some Microsoft OneDrive space with this, just like with Google. When you buy a Chromebook, you get 100 gigabytes for a year or 2 years with Google when you buy a Chromebook. It has an 11.6-inch diagonal HD LED display, and of course it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as well. So those are the specs. Let's crack the seal here and open this thing up. This knife is extremely dull. There we go. Alright, first thing is first, we have some setup instructions which should be pretty self-explanatory. It is a laptop. It is a Windows machine. Again, no surprises here. Up next we have some more documentation here. We have an Office 365 subscription here. Now on the back of this there's actually a key, and if you're not familiar with what Office 365 is, it's Microsoft's Office suite online, and you get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Outlook. And you get a 1-year subscription for one user, and it's for one PC or Mac and one tablet. And that's on the back end of this, so I can't show you that, unfortunately. Then we've got, let's see, a gift card from Microsoft here, and some more documentation. Okay, so as you can see, the blue laptop here, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just see what other things come in here. Obviously, you're going to need to plug this thing in and charge it up. So you're going to need your AC adapter, and it's a very basic adapter. Here's the US power cord, 3 prongs. Here's your little power brick, which is very compact. And that's how it plugs in. Very similar to my other HP Chromebook. Let's put that to the side. And the only thing left in here is the laptop itself. This is a post-it I put on there to cover up the serial number. But let's get this thing open here. Kind of excited to use this thing here. So that's the laptop there. Again, I really like HP's styling on their laptops. They have this chrome HP logo actually in the plastic. I think that's made out of a metal. And then, of course, you have your plastic top, and in this case it's that blue. It's a matte blue plastic, and you have your Hewlett-Packard branding on the spine there, very much like my Chromebook. And on the left-hand side here, you have a Kensington lock, you have your power port, and you have a full SD card slot. On the front here, nothing. On the right-hand side, it looks like you have a combo mic headphone jack. You have 2 USB ports and an HDMI port, which is nice. Okay, the bottom of the laptop here, you have 4 little rubberized feet. Again, the same plastic. You have your access screws here in case you do want to get in there. There is no user replaceable battery on this, much like the Chromebook. And then you have 2 stereo speakers here. So let's open this thing up. Again, it's a very small laptop, as you can see. It's an 11.6-inch screen, or has an 11.6-inch screen, as I mentioned before. So let's open this thing up. And here you have your little keyboard protector. So you can see what I was talking about the styling. It is kind of loud. It's not very subdued. So again, aimed at the younger market, education market, competing with Chromebooks. So you have sort of a gradient here from a darker blue to a light blue, and it seems like this is a very slick, not very slick, but a slicker plastic here, meant to be like feel like a metal. I don't believe it is metal, but it's that's the feel of it, different from the feel of the kind of textured plastic everywhere else. Of course, you have your white keys. You have a full Windows keypad here, as you would imagine. You have a little sticker here, which I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, so I'll probably just keep the sticker on there for now. If I do end up keeping it, I'll pull these stickers off. But it says, work from a happy place. You get 1 terabyte of OneDrive cloud storage with this. Again, you get Office 365, and it says thinner, lighter design. I don't know what they're comparing that to, but it's thinner, lighter design. HP Stream. Even has the Stream name right here. Let me show you that right there. It says Stream right there. Now, it doesn't say how long you get that 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage, but the Office 365 subscription is 1 year, so I'm going to say maybe. So is the OneDrive storage. Here's your trackpad here. Seems pretty nice. It's, again, more of a slick plastic here. Not like the casing tone, but a little bit different than the palm rests here. The keys are all a matte white plastic, chiclet style keys, and you have your power button up here. You have DTS surround sound branding up here. You have your HP branding down below the screen. You also have your Intel Inside sticker right here. Just give you a closer look at that. As you can see how that palm rest and trackpad catch the light. Again, I don't want to say glossy, but more of a slick plastic than you'll find on the casing. There's the HP branding and the DTS branding. One thing I like about this is that it has a matte screen. I hate glossy screens, so it's good to see that HP is making a consumer laptop with a matte screen. Very nice. You also have your webcam up here, and it looks like you have 2 mics here, so that would give you noise cancellation capabilities. You have some rubber spacers here, so that when it's closed down, it won't scratch or rub up against the keyboard and scratch your screen up. And this is what it looks like from the side. I always like to open up a laptop as far as it'll go, and that's as far as it'll go. And that is the HP Stream 11. Now, I have some interesting plans for this device. Again, it's aimed at that education market. It's aimed at being a Chromebook competitor. So I searched high and low for a Chromebook that I could get for $199 brand new. And I actually found one, an Acer Chromebook. Again, same size screen, 11.6 inches, running an Intel Celeron processor like this, having 2 gigs of RAM, just like this one. And I picked one up at Best Buy. Now, the interesting thing about that Chromebook, which you'll see in probably my next video, is that it retails for $199. But because here in the United States we're getting closer to Black Friday, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving, and we're getting a lot of deals coming down, at Best Buy I actually got it for $179. So it's actually going to be less expensive than this Chromebook. But the regular manufacturer's suggested retail price is $199. So, we are going to pit these 2 devices at each other. I will show you the pros and I will show you the cons of both devices. And of course I'll give you my opinion and hopefully give you enough information so you can form an opinion of your own. So look for that in the next week or so. Now before I sign off on this video, let's fire this thing up for the very first time. I'm not going to take you through the entire process of setting up a Windows machine because you're probably familiar with it. Again, Windows, most popular operating system on the planet right now. Or at least most popular desktop and laptop operating system. If you want to go mobile, then we're talking Android. So anyway, here is the power button up here. I'm going to turn it on. And maybe we don't even have a charge on this. We might not even have any juice on here. So we're going to have to plug it in. Alright, we're plugged in. Let's try it again. You have a little light on the power button there. Get the HP splash screen. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm greeted with once I've set up the PC. And that background is something that I had put on my Surface tablet just before I sold it. So I'll probably be changing that background. But one thing that's different for me, because I don't really run a current Windows operating system on any of my Windows machines, I have 4 Windows machines. One is a laptop that I use, one is my DVR, one is my editing machine, and one is a spare machine that I put together from spare parts. And if anybody comes by the house and they need to use a computer, they can use that. And all of them are running Windows 7. So I have experience with Windows 8, I just don't use it regularly. So for me, the interesting thing, the difference here, is that I'm greeted with the desktop. I'm not greeted with the start menu. So we have some apps here. We have the Recycle Bin, Snapfish, TripAdvisor, Connected Drive, Connected Music, Connected Photo, Get Dropbox Offer, HP Smart Friend, and McAfee Life Safe, I think it is. Then you have Internet Explorer. You have your file system here. You have, I don't know if that's Office. You have an HP shortcut down here, an Amazon shortcut, and I think it's hard to tell. It says Connected Drive. Okay. So let's just go to the Start menu here. So far so good, except it does have the wrong time. So I'm going to have to rectify that. It says that it's 5:51 a.m. and it's 11 p.m. So I'm going to have to fix that somehow. But that should do it for this video. So if you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And as always, if you want to help out my channel, give me a thumbs up, favorite this video, or share this video. Now, just as a quick point of reference, this is my HP 14 Chromebook. Of course, this is the HP Stream 11. Again, pretty much same styling. A little bit different, but pretty much the same styling. Now again, this is not the Chromebook that we're going to be comparing to the HP Stream. This is a much more expensive device, a little more powered, high-powered than this device or the other Chromebook I have. So hopefully, with a little luck, I'll get that video posted tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.